Okay, this is the Oracle Road Race Men's Cat 4.5, 35 plus. There's also 45 plus and Collegiate B and Collegiate C, all in the same thing. What you're seeing here is the first time up the hill. I made a mistake being off the back, just following wheels. I chose the wrong one. This guy right here in front of me, his name's Scott. He's a big dude. I couldn't see around him. Brake got away. Eventually I broke away and couldn't catch them, and I slowed up and let Scott catch back on, and we worked together trying to see if we could, catch the group again. So here we are at the top of the hill, coming through some rollers, heading back into town. It was a really cool stretch of road, real fast, a little twisty, and as we come into town, there's quite a few people on the side of the road cheering us on, which is it's always fun. Makes you feel like a $1,000,000 when you hear some fans over there. And we cooked a little bit too much coming into this corner. I was just following his wheel truss, and we weren't supposed to go across that double yellow. Actually, we weren't supposed to go across the center line anywhere at any time, but a little mistake. So here comes all the fans on the right, all the spectators. My wife's over there somewhere. She's got a nice couple of pictures of me. That group in front of us, I had hoped was the group that we had lost, but it turns out that was a group that another race that had started out before us. Now, by the time we get to this point, I'm already pretty sure I'm going to win the Omnium, because the guy that was in first place, I was in second at the start of the day, had already been dropped at the very beginning of the climb. But I also wanted to win the road race, and I thought there were two guys in my category up ahead. So I'm working real hard to try to catch the group on the way down. By here, we'd already picked up an ASU rider. There he is. Turns out his name is Jack. He's a Collegiate C rider, and there were a couple of people in his category up the road. So anyway, there's a pretty nasty head crosswind from the right, and even though we're going downhill, this was not easy. About halfway down Webb Road, I started getting frustrated because I didn't think we were going fast enough, and we could not see the group. So at one point, I just got on the front and I just drilled it. I just went as hard as I could go, and eventually on the horizon, I saw him. After I saw him, I took a little break, let the other guys do some work, and got back on. And here, as we come to the bottom of Webb Road, the group's right in front of us, and they only have about a 5-second lead. So we catch them. We catch them on the rollers on the backside of the race, and turns out, as I get in there and see the other competitors that are left, none of them were in my group. Here's Leo. He ends up winning the entire race, and that's Scott, who I rode with, and then the other guy who was up in front that I was worried about is named Jeremy. Both of those guys are just freaky strong, so they did an awesome job. But turns out they weren't in my race. All I needed to do at this point was just finish. If I finished, I win, because I was pretty sure nobody was going to go as fast as I went down the hill, and so I just planned on sharing the load with these guys and working with them. Here's the turnaround the second time through, and we go back through the rollers and eventually take a right-hand turn and go back up the hill, which is what we're doing right now. At this point, Leo and Jeremy, they just start hitting each other pretty hard, and I'm just sitting in monitoring my effort, knowing that I don't need to do a whole lot of work. Turns out, though, that the guy we brought down with us, Jack, he had a chance to win. And so I ended up talking to him on the way back, and I decided that I would end up working for him. Now, this part you see here, it's probably my favorite part of the entire course. There's some rollers on Webb Hill, and there's this little downhill section with a little wind in it, and it's a lot of fun. Anyway, once again, I probably could have done better, but sitting on the back, not so good. So here I am talking to Jack. Jack thinks he's in first place. That's what our little fist bump was about. I told him I wasn't gonna, race him at the end, and that I told him just hop on my wheel, and I'd take him in. And so that's basically what the rest of the video is just us rolling back into town. I ended up hitting 53 miles an hour with the tailwind, and it was a lot of fun. So anyway, I did win first place for my category. I feel a little bad that I didn't chase those other two up the road. It turned out there were Jeremy and Leo up ahead and one other college B rider. Otherwise, for the entire group, I would have come in fourth, and came in first for 35 plus, and also won the Omnium. Anyway, enjoy the rest of the race, and thanks for watching.